I'm not going to close before one of my TPs, and I'm not going to close before it hits my stop loss level. See how these levels are being respected. Supply and demand is the way to go. Standards are contagious, and make sure you hang around people with high standards, and most importantly, make sure you have high standards. Trader psychology gets messed up all the time when they get to that funded. Welcome back, everyone. Another video, another day to be at least 1% better. It's already 7:20 at night. I'm about to go get a little workout. I had a little home workout earlier, so I just kind of want to do something light at the gym, maybe a little bit of the treadmill. Then I'll probably sit by the pool, edit for a little, and then come back and probably do a few more things on my laptop. But like I said, it's 7:20 at night. I'm listening to Napoleon Hill. If you don't know who Napoleon Hill is, he's a great author. I like his audiobooks. This video is on YouTube. I haven't listened to it yet. Your life won't change until your standards do. So I'm about to listen to that while I work out. And I like that type of stuff. It gets you motivated. It really makes you think about stuff. So I definitely recommend checking out Napoleon Hill if you haven't already. Just had a really good workout. I did a mile on the treadmill. I'm still listening to that Napoleon Hill video, your life won't change until your standards do. He said something really cool that I've never really thought of, but he said standards are contagious, and make sure you hang around people with high standards, and most importantly, make sure you have high standards. And honestly, I've never really thought about that, but that is pretty true. If you hang around with people with high standards, you're gonna have high standards. If you hang around people with low standards, you're most likely gonna have low standards. This stuff, I'm telling you, Napoleon Hill has some good stuff, and I try to listen to him like once a day. And even listening to him while working out is honestly great, because honestly I used to listen to a lot of music, and I still kind of do, but I definitely listen to a lot more educational content, audiobooks, podcasts, stuff like that. And honestly, that just puts me in a better mood, gets my mind going, makes me more motivated and stuff like that. So I definitely recommend you check out Napoleon Hill. Before I start that workout, I posted a video on TikTok and my Instagram saying less is more. Just about like in the past, I used to place multiple trades in a day, 5, 7, 10 trades in a day, and that was keeping me unprofitable for a very long time. And whenever I started realizing less is more and only taking max 1 trade per day, it really started changing. And that's not even an everyday thing though. Keep in mind, I show up every day, but that doesn't mean my setup's going to present itself every day. So I mean, this week it's only Tuesday, but we didn't catch a trade today. I caught one yesterday for a 1-to-1, but see how I didn't catch one today, and it's probably going to be 2 more days, 1 more day this week where I don't place a trade. I can't remember the last time I've placed a trade Monday through Friday in 1 full week. So that's just a part of my strategy. For me, if I take a W, I don't want to give any of my profits back. And if I take an L, I don't want to risk losing more. That's what's helped me. Maybe it'll help you guys. I walked to the gym and it was raining, so I don't know if I'll sit there and chill by the pool. I might just walk home after. So I didn't take any trades today, but I'm going to go ahead and show you kind of my thought process for today. I was looking to see if we were going to go above this H4 or if we were going to dip down lower. And I'll go to the lower part in a second. But if we broke past this H4, what I was looking for was a nice trend to the upside. And I was going to look for a pullback into a valid level of demand with multiple time frames and confluence. And then I was just going to follow trend to the upside and aim for a new tap into an all-time high as the main target. So realistically, I was looking for new all-time highs being the main target for the day. But you can see we rejected off this H4 and held below it all day. Now, if we would have went lower, which you can see that's exactly what happened, I was looking to take longs at this H1, M15, M5, and M1 level of demand. 4 time frames in confluence, so I definitely like that. And you can see we were making our way down here, but this was already at 10:30, so it was getting a little later in the day. We were working our way down, but never got the tap into that level. But realistically, that's exactly what I was looking for. And you can see this arrow that's marked right here. So basically what I was anticipating like 2 days ago was a move all the way into this level, this M15 level of supply. And there's a few more levels in confluence, but I'm not even going to mark all of those out. The main point is I was looking to get a move all the way to this level. And you can see that's exactly what happened. And I was looking to get the pullback all the way to the H1, M15, M5, M1 level of demand. But we didn't dip down that far here. You can see actually what gave us the move back to the upside from here was this M15 level of demand. Notice how we're just moving from levels of supply, levels of demand. That's how the market moves. So you can see we tapped into this M15 perfectly, got the move back into that M15, dipped all the way down here, did not quite tap into these levels of demand, and then went back up. We're still hanging below the H4 though, so I'm curious to see what we're going to end up doing, like maybe tonight and how we're going to open tomorrow. And I'm curious to see what we're going to kind of do between 8:30 and 9:30 in the morning and see if we can push past this H4. If we push past the H4, I'm looking for longs. If we hang kind of below the H4, start heading down this way, then I'm going to be looking for longs down here. Now, I didn't pay too much attention to Dow today, but we're hanging below this level. You can see we tapped into it multiple times and we've gotten a rejection. Realistically, if we can break past this level, I'm looking to see a tap into the daily and then maybe a rejection off the daily, like a pullback. And then I would like to see us continue higher. And I've been saying it for weeks now, but main target on Dow is all-time highs. So it's just a matter of time until we hit that. But check this out. This is a level that we had marked out, and this ended up hitting September 2nd, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys. We had the daily. What else did we have? H1 and M15. Check these previous country candles out. This is on the M15 time frame. And look at this. Look at the tap we got into that level. Then the nice push to the upside. Got to tap into it again. Nice move to the upside. These levels are very well. Notice how we have the daily H1, H4 level of demand right here. We tapped into that level, got the push up, tapped into it again, kept getting the push up. Look at this. Previous country candle right here, M15, M5 level of demand, pull back into that. We move to the upside. It's as simple as that. So you can just see how these levels are being respected. Supply and demand is the way to go. This is honestly my favorite strategy. I don't ever see me using another strategy, but that's kind of just the little brief market explanation I was going to give today. Main target, all-time highs, and I need to start filming the live sessions and stuff. So maybe I'll start doing that tomorrow, but nothing too interesting today. We're going to come back tomorrow and hopefully catch a W. I'm making dinner now. I need to take a shower. I'm sweaty and stuff, but I want to eat, then finish editing this video. Then I'll take a shower and hit the sheets. But I'm going to answer a few of your guys' questions since I'm waiting for this water to boil. The first question is, why do I always freak out when I lose money, even if it's small? You're emotionally tied to the money. In this business, you have to realize we got to risk money to make money. You got to get comfortable with the fact that you're going to lose money sometimes. Now, when it comes down to it, you need to get confident in yourself and you need to get confident in your strategy. That's how you're going to get less emotionally tied to the money. Once you're confident in yourself and you're confident in your strategy and you're comfortable with what you're doing, you're going to have the same process and you're going to know that, okay, what I'm doing has made me X amount of money this month, X amount of money that month. You're going to see consistency, which is going to make you less worried about the losses because you'll know you can make that back. When it comes to losing as well, I know you said even if it's small, but don't over leverage. You don't want to risk more than what you're willing to lose. So make sure you get confident in yourself, confident in your strategy, you back test and you journal, and all that data is going to make you comfortable if your strategy is a profitable one and if your mindset's a profitable mindset. The second question is, why do I win a trade and then lose it right back on the next one? Poor risk management. It's that simple. You have poor risk management. For me personally, I know a lot of traders don't like this. I go for at least a 1-to-1 because my win rate's high enough. But the best tip I can give to you is if your win rate's not high enough to where you can profit long-term off those 1-to-1s, even though I catch 1-to-2s, 1-to-3s, stuff like that, I would say the best thing you can do is try to go for at least 1-to-2s and have at least a 50% plus or higher win rate. That's going to help you when it comes to that. You need to make sure your risk to reward better, and you should honestly stop giving so much money back to the market. But like I said, if you have a lower win rate, aim for a higher risk to reward. If you have kind of like a 75 plus win rate, you could be fine even with some 1-to-1s, but it's a mixture of just risk to reward. Psychology is probably why you're giving money back to the markets. The next question is, why do I always close my trades too early then watch them go where I wanted? You're just not confident in your strategy. You're getting out way too early. You need to have an entry point and an exit point and let the trade play out. For me, if I'm in a trade, I'm letting it either run a stop loss or I'm letting it run to my take profit level. I'm not going to close before one of my TPs and I'm not going to close before it hits my stop loss level. I'm comfortable with my strategy. I'm comfortable with the way I manage the trades, and I'm just going to let it play out. So it just sounds like you're too emotional when managing your trades. So I definitely recommend building that psychology up, getting better with your emotions when it comes to managing your trades, and let the setup play out. If you see that more times than less the setups are going to your take profit levels, that should give you enough confidence right there that what you're doing is working. It's just your risk to reward is not the best because you keep closing way too early. Start letting your trades play out and you'll probably start to see results since they're already going your way. The next question is, why do I make money on demo but lose money with real cash? It's the psychology. I see this happen with a lot of traders. Once they get to that live account or they're on a funded account, their psychology totally switches. They're either afraid to lose money or they're going to try to make money as quick as they can. And those are two bad mindsets to have when you're getting into the live accounts or funded accounts. If you're consistently profitable when paper trading, like if you're profitable for months on end doing that, you need to go into a funded account or a live account doing the same exact thing. Your psychology is going to twist though, because now it's real money, right? But you literally have to keep doing what's working. And I see this happen all the time. Trader psychology gets messed up all the time when they get to that funded or live account. And honestly, it happened to me too. And I blew quite a few funded accounts, but that's how I realized it was my psychology messing me up. So I started looking for those high probability setups. I started only taking one trade a day when I did place a trade. I stopped FOMOing into setups. I stopped over leveraging, stopped over trading, all that sort of stuff. And that's what's gotten me profitable. But when it comes down to being on a demo versus a funded account, live account, if you're making money on a demo account, you should be able to do that on a live account. So it's literally just your psychology. I bet it's not the strategy because it's obviously working. That's gonna be the end of the video. My dinner's almost done. The noodles need to be drained. I'm gonna eat, take a shower, edit this video, and then I'm gonna hit the sheets. I had a great workout. I filmed a video, edited, did a lot of other stuff too behind the scenes. So it's been a very productive day. But like I tell everyone, you need to try to get at least 1% better each and every day. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want to catch live trades with me Monday through Friday, and you guys want to get access to the weekend educational calls, click the link in the description or in the bio. If you want to follow me on Instagram, click the link in the description or in the bio as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.